Starting route to 7522 Sunfair Lane.
Usually it's
Head
an
south
hour
on
and
North
like
Marion
40
Avenue.
something.
Then turn right onto Herndon Avenue.
Okay. I did this the other day and it fit perfectly right here. I'm trying to remember like where I'm at it. I think it's right here.
Use the right lane to take exit 57A to merge onto CA 99 towards Sacramento. In 10 miles, keep right onto CA 99 North toward Merced.
Thank you. Oh, I hate this. I hate this. It's fine. Oh. Tired.
No, I forgot about you being a kitten. Okay, that's a no-no. That's a no-no. Playing with toys. You want to come in? Okay. Come in.
All right. Maple. Okay. Lego. Lego. Lego, my ego.
Where are we headed to?
We are going to my Aunt Kathy's house. She's what I like to call the Eid family encyclopedia. Oh, how stinky. What inspired you to start looking into your ancestral history?
Once I heard that my ancestors were pioneers, I just got busy on it. Wanted to learn everything I could. I first talked with my father, who was born in Sierra Valley, and he had a lot of background information on what it was like to live there. And from there, I just got into the history, went to the cemetery, found the monuments there to our family, and it's a source of pride, I believe, because so few people actually know much about their family history, and I feel we're very lucky.
When you first started looking at your family history, where did our family originally come from?
I assumed at first that we were from England, and with further research, indeed we are. Our ancestor that brought his 5 sons to the United States was born in Sussex, England.
What year did the Eid family end up coming to California?
That year was 1843. They came out to California in search of gold, like so many people did. And they did make money in the gold fields, unlike so many other people. That enabled them to go back to Pennsylvania, procure the covered wagon and the oxen and all the staples and equipment that they would need to make the journey to come back. They were just so enthralled with California, they knew that that's where they wanted to live.
What type of work did the Eids have to face when they came here?
The Eids had to work hard just to sustain themselves in the first winter. They had to immediately plant crops. They went to the nearby town about 40 miles away to Reno, Nevada, and they procured chickens and they procured cows. They needed to have food for sustenance first and foremost, and then of course they had to have shelter. So they immediately were able to go to Reno and purchase wood and brick and things they needed to build the ranch house. They didn't just decide to build a home. They were very industrious in the fact that they built a 2-story home.
What is the ranch house and where is it?
The ranch house is the Eid family ranch that was established in 1856, excuse me, and was built by Peter Eid and his sons. And this is located in Sierra Valley, about a mile and a half north of the little town of Beckwith, which is in the northern end of Sierra Valley.
How many generations are there of Eids in California?
Well, I would say, now Peter Eid, of course, was born in England, as were his sons. But Abraham Eid, one of the 5 sons of Peter Eid, he had children that were born in Sierra Valley. And that would be my grandfather, which would be Stephen Robert Eid. And then, of course, my father, Clarence Leslie Eid. And then I'm Norma Kathleen Rogers.
So that makes me about 7th generation Californian, correct?
That's correct.
Woo!
Not many people can say that.
What occupations have been found within the Eid family over the years?
Oh my goodness. I think, like most families, we are very diversified. In the early years of the Eid family, say in the early 1800s, we had numerous professors, some that worked at Harvard University. We had farmers, quite a few farmers. A lot of the families started coming out west, which they became farmers and ranchers. There's an offshoot of the Eid family in the Bay Area that went into law, became lawyers. One became a judge. So it's rather diversified so far as occupations go.
How would you describe the Eid family?
I would describe the Eid family as very intelligent, people that are accepting of other ways of life, very industrious. I do not know of anybody in the family that has not been successful in their chosen field. I think we have a lot of backbone, a lot of just go get it, and I really believe we owe a lot of that to the pioneer spirit, that we're undaunted when we decide on a career.
Where do the Eids currently reside in?
Well, I know that there are Eids, of course, in the Sacramento Valley. There are some in Reno and its environs. Some still in Sierra Valley, shirt-tail relatives, but still a relative. There are some in Oregon. There are some in the Fresno area and in the Bay Area as well.
What do you think you have taken away the most out of finding your family history?
I think it's a sense of knowing that I can succeed, because they had odds against them. Lack of provisions, a home, everything when they first came to Sierra Valley. They had to build on their own. And I think it's given me a sense of knowing hard work pays off, and that you can be successful if you work hard and feel good about yourself that you have been successful.
Do you think that our family history has directly influenced how you specifically were raised?
Absolutely. There's a sense of drive, of pulling yourself up by your own bootstraps, of being able to push through whatever happens in life and stay strong. And I think that's directly related to our ancestry that was so successful and industrious.
Is this something that you've passed down to your children?
Absolutely. I have instilled that in my children, number one, you don't know until you ask. In other words, persevere, keep going. I have also instilled in them that life is a do-it-yourself project. Here again, you need to be industrious if you want to be successful. I believe I've instilled in them a good work ethic, good morals, And first and foremost, kindness.
Do you think that the younger generations are missing out on this familial aspect for which you have dived into full-heartedly?
Yes, I do, because it makes me realize who I am, where I came from, and what makes me tick is my heritage, my forefathers and foremothers that came before me, what they endured, and I think I hold my head a little higher because of that.
If somebody else was interested into digging into their family history, what advice would you give them?
I would ask them to interview the elderly in their families first and glean all the information they can from there, and especially where they originated from, so that you have a base to go to write to cemeteries and the location and the newspapers in that location. And also there are many good genealogical societies out there now that you can turn to, and they have a lot of information as well.
We're gonna dilly-dally out of here.
You do it. Dilly-dally. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Bye! Okay. We're gonna go Hawberry. That's gonna be a pretty ride. Okay. Where the Ead family ranch was established. It now belongs to a different family because it got sold off. But we're talking to the ladies and they're letting us go visit. So we're gonna go to, it's Sierra Valley, so it's a little bit past Truckee. Yep, that's it. Yeah, this is for sure it. Wonder like what part of the mountains they came from, you know? Around the time when they actually built different houses in the early 1800s, like 2 stories was kind of new to the innovations. So they were actually one of the first people to kind of think to build up instead of out. That's the wagon they took.
Turn left. Turn right.
Any closing thoughts on this adventure?
My family is badass. I mean, to think about everything that they had to do to get here in this area compared to, you know, the work that we're doing nowadays. It's like so completely different lifestyle. So it just amazes me about everything that they had to go through in order to get here and the struggles they had to face. So I think, end of the story, my family is built of perseverance, and I'm proud to be a part of it.